hear me? Carnivores, Jerry. They're all carnivores. Oh, great. What? They're all level 58 and 60. Cleaned the kitchen earlier. Now, is that druid gonna have a good enough gear to tank? I guess so. I hope. Oh, is he? No, where? Holy Paladin? Guys, are you sure we got enough gear? Oh no, what is this guy wearing? I think what are these green robes? Yikes. This might be pretty rough. Guess like I give a shit, right? I'm here to waste time right now. That's all. We have 2 warlocks. One's entirely AFK. Right? I'll just see organize this brain trust right here. Good God, dude. I said just everybody's gear's terrible, it seems like, and 3. Yeah, if we can get everybody to attack the same thing at the same time, dude. Do us wonders, wouldn't it? You think you'll ever get to the point where we have an entirely AI band, kind of like all Daft Punk? You know what I mean? You know, there's like these people, they make these fake characters. Like the other day, someone said like, "Oh, it turns out this Trump influencer was really a AI or whatever." It'd be interesting from a musical sense, like who gets entitled to all their, you know, like record sales and all that shit. You know, the future probably does consist of some shit like that, right? Like, when you see all these things say like, "Oh, there's like a 6-person management team or whatever, all AI," I'm like, yeah, and then they're shipping the code that has like ASCII swastikas in the source and all that stuff, and you're like, um, I don't understand the approval process, like self-auditing itself. If it's wrong and it writes the wrong code, what amount of it also auditing the code incorrectly to see if it works correctly? You know, when they say like fully automated workflows and stuff, if the thing is just as shitty at writing code as it is at auditing it to make sure it works, and it stands to reason that that whole process isn't necessarily as tried and true as they'd like to pretend it is, right? The people, well, then again, an assessment based on the people saying this are like influencers that they're there to convince you that basically any person with a 50 IQ can make $700,000 a year from their garage if they know how to use Claude or whatever. That's not necessarily the case, is it? Right? If not, if it is, I'll move to my garage right now. But the joke, not the joke, but you know what I mean, like oh, the CEO of my company is AI, and my marketing manager, and my blah blah blah, and my this and that and the other thing. I'm like, what does that look like in all reality? And if it really did work that way, why isn't every company on planet Earth doing it? It's like, well, because it's flimsy, you know what I mean? Because there's still an amount of accountability. I mean, especially dealing with like customers' information stuff. Like, there's a certain amount of personal accountability, and you're not going to get that with AI. You know, more than likely. You know, because if it ships shitty code and that someone ends up losing all their money because of it, or like has their account doxed or whatever, then you can't send the AI to computer jail for it. You know what I mean? There's no like accountability as far as that's concerned, and amongst other reasons, you know. But okay, so the point I was trying to make is that something you could imagine though, like if you were to have a band, an AI band, right, or an AI musician, you know, like booking whatever, you know what I mean, like virtual gigs. I wouldn't know what it would consist of, but the idea that that I can understand how that would work. You know what I mean? I don't think you'd need all 6 people or whatever, but you know what I mean, like a booking agent. You know what I mean? Like the thing like calls the venue, uses 11 labs and whatever, and like actually books gigs for your AI. I understand that. That kind of makes more sense. But when they say like these fully automated workflows, like what does your AI CEO do, really? Or what is your AI CTO or CFO? Like, I understand there's maybe the CFO or whatever, but like there are some positions that, like, for now, I guess, you know, you still need a person to do the shit, right? But as far as, yeah, I think we're actually going to be able to do this if we get good fears on the one pulls up here. But, yeah, these guys are probably people's alts. Sit there and... But the thing is, though, is like, yeah, I mean, I can see fucking someone using a goddamn lobster bot or whatever to do part of that, but only because entertainment is so, it's one-sided. You're not like, and then again, how did the fucking, what do you do? Just set up a goddamn iPod and plug it into the surround sound there? And have hire 2 dipshits off Craigslist to go on stage and wear masks and pretend they're spinning records or whatever? Can I just make a documentary, dude? Like, I feel like I waste my time doing anything other than trying to entertain people. Really, I do. I feel like people are just far more entertained by me than they would be impressed with anything that I have to offer. You know, you know what I mean? I feel like if we could come up with a documentary, do a fake documentary. I really like that movie Anvil. That's kind of why. But I'm sitting there thinking like, Well, if you had an act that open source act, right? Nonetheless, you could get it to where like, oh, we just hire two guys off Craigslist to show up and wear the mask and dance around on stage while we play computer bleeps, you know, computer bloops. Ah, you fucking get a death coil. Good fear. You can't necessarily invisible every pool though, but fear the shit around. It is crowd control. But you think like, okay, well, two people then. You've got the what is it like? Remember the Residents? Are any people familiar with this crazy ass fucking music experiment that turned out to be like wildly popular with certain people called the Residents? Specifically, these guys playing right now. Nobody knew who they were. You know what I mean? They were an act of like three or five guys or whatever that they had said had been around since like the 50s or 60s, and they performed like pretty regularly throughout all the years and all that stuff. And like their band name was the Residents, and they wore these weird eyeballs on their head, right? You're giving me an idea, dude. Really, I'm sitting there thinking like, would it not work if you're like, okay, you got a gig tonight, and your AI's part of the gig is that it hires two homeless people to stand on stage dressed like robots, and will they play music? Come on now. It's not the worst idea. I've been to concerts worse than that. You know what I mean? The whole point would be to showcase your AI. The whole gig, the whole act is like to showcase your AI, basically, right? It booked the gig, it wrote the song, it dressed these two homeless guys up like rock stars and stood them up on stage and had them do the robot and everything, right? And played their music over an iPod shuffle or whatever. They're like, yeah, this was all brought to you by AI, right? Now then the entertainment value of it becomes more than just the shitty music that it makes. Getting to participate in the entire automated process for that kind of thing, I think it would the type of shit I find entertaining in that, you know, like that's the type of shit I find entertaining. It doesn't have to be the best song ever every time, you know, but some of the performance itself, how it got there, you know, interesting performance. Like I've seen bands that were really shitty, but just like they put on a weird show, you know what I mean? And that was the appeal, was that, you know, just getting to see something different in concert. But yeah, if you had like a manager. You know what I mean? An AI manager and an AI musician, and it would be like a duo basically, or it would be like, but it would be cool to see like a show put on entirely by AI, right? Like the point is what I'm saying is you want. I think the idea is good for like an AI CEO and an AI all this other stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's the future for sure, but it's just not there yet with that kind of like, well, we really want like. And what? Like, we all be driving cars with square wheels after like a month of AI doing this shit, right? Like until you can get the thing to flawlessly ship code, which is pretty, I think, you know, pretty mathematically sound, you know what I mean? Once you can get it to do the thing that like robots should just be able to do no matter what, I wouldn't necessarily trust it to like full circle, closed loop, start to finish production, anything really. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? And some of that stuff is like, well, it only works if the AI can generate and execute, you know, accordingly. Whereas, well, it's not as competent as it needs to be to do that yet, right? So it makes it difficult. But something lightweight, like, well, you know, music's kind of subjective, right? And homeless people are abundant, you know. But would be super cool though, wouldn't it? We can do this to feed the homeless, dude. Fuck that bum fights guy. This is how you really do it. Put them in costumes and have them parade around for our enjoyment, right? your Claude bot, plug it into that Ace open source music AI music generator, yeah, and then have it produce a record, and then it plays that record that day. Gets on Craigslist, hires two homeless people to not drink their piss and dress up like robots, and I guess you have to hire somebody to press the start button on the iPod. Other than that, I think it's all. I think it's good to go. I would participate in that for sure. And the thing would be like, and then every time the band comes to town, two homeless people get hired, and yeah, sure. Like it's just the AI essentially tours town to town, books itself gigs, and hires two homeless people to. There is worse things than that, dude. Slam poetry for one. How are we even doing this instance, dude? These people have. This guy's wearing. I've never even seen these robes before ever. And I've been playing WoW for 20 years or more. But you can imagine though, like, okay, well, but how much of this? Like, ask somebody that's been in a band. Does anybody know anybody that's played a musician before in real life? Yeah, I play a musician in real life. Yeah, I don't just play one on TV. I play one in real life. Right. Well, anybody that knows a person who's played a musician in real life, the process. How many people like? There's always like a one-man band with the guy at the wash tub bass and the all this stuff. He's playing 3 or 4 instruments at a time, right? Well, how many people do you need to make the thing work, basically? Like I think the booking agent and the actual music itself, and then an AI script to hire homeless people, give them each $100 to just show up and dress up in the costume that was left there by, I guess, I don't know how it all works, but well, I can't even do DPS to anything because it's all fucking getting run around and. Really? Shit. Why are they all on me, dude? I didn't do anything. Good God, dude. It's like we're fucking in the pool with more shit than we started with. We've got to focus. How do we have so much shit? We ended up with more stuff. We need to focus damage. I don't know how to do it, man. Well, it seemed like it was working. Right? That's the biggest pull in the instance, right? Yeah, just a fucking Daft Punk to feed the homeless, right? But of all, like, the thing is, like, do you really, at this point in time, do you really trust AI to, like, not only develop, create, and then distribute anything at all without a human getting involved at all? You know, like, I'd say it's probably more risk than more risk than anything, really, right? Nope, I don't have improved Blizzard. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, which requires us nuking the skull, basically. I admit here it would be helpful to have, right? Well, let's get another target after that. And then, wait, hold on. Something fell off my butt. Something fell off my butt. Give me a second. God damn it. We need to pull all this shit like way back here. Because those spheres are gonna wake those guys up that are over there fucking sleeping. And that guy, I see a shadow bolt going out. No curse elements. Hitting the wrong target. Get the skull. Now X. I am not doing anything to these. So there's no reason for me to be pulling aggro. Good God, dude. Talk about hectic. If we get it though, like, the thing is, my cone of cold just from slowing shit shouldn't be pulling aggro. But I mean, he's got a lot on his plate, don't get me wrong, but... Yep. Marking targets, but I don't really understand why. Yeah, where it's at. I gotta get to the fucking store sometime today. I've had a day of my patience being tested by reality, is all. That's all. And somehow we did that? Like, we're fucking muscling through this thing. Seems like he's got a fucking whole bunch of curses. I guess I'll mark targets and... I mean, in all honesty though, like, it's a bit of focus there. I'm surprised we did it, really. Drew's got like a lot on his plate with all this shit running around, but... Oh yeah, see? Oh, you can sleep it. Now why on the earth? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Why did that get broken out of the thing? Don't lacerate it. Why? Don't wake up all the shit sleeping, please. Don't break it out of... That thing hits so fucking hard. Just a little bit slower than that. You guys got to let me sheep something, right? That was the idea I had when I was younger, though, dude. I kind of thought it was a cool idea. So, where you had a radio station where you paid to hear the songs, like you went to the website, right? And it's like people just paid to play music. What a simple idea, like a dial radio. Well, yeah, no, it's like a fucking like Winamp, and then like you purchase like, oh, we fucking go to the website, $5, and I want to hear this song at 7:30. Okay, well, it shows you all the time slots that are available, and you just drag and drop your song into the thing and reserve it a day ahead of time or whatever. And if no one purchases the ad space, it just picks music like a regular radio station. That AI idea is not the worst ever, you know, like low risk kind of. You're not handling customers' information kind of shit. You're not, you know what I mean? But a radio station that, I guess, basically was a bunch of software, you know. Oh my god. Why don't you guys just go on vacation already? But a decentralized radio station, basically where you have to buy a tower somewhere, and the website for all the music, ad space, all the stuff, you just go to the website and you do it, and I don't have to do anything. .com/radio. Can I vibe code that? No. No. Come on now. Is the Solana network really down? My entire guild here went AFK for this for some fucking reason. No, please. We're all fucking. If we can kill at least one boss, I'll be glad. Whoa, where'd my map go? There it is. I didn't even know you could do that. But yeah, you pick a time slot, so it shows you the thing. Like if you've ever done a video on whatever, it shows you the time thing, right? You can drag and drop and scale it down or whatever. But like, you just basically find the song on the list here and drag it to where you want it to be, basically, and it fills in the gap, right? And it's like that'll be $5, please. But it would have to be like a nationwide radio, because you have a very difficult time trying to find just a bunch of locals willing to pay. I mean, like maybe in a major city or something you could, but if you were to have like, you know, Sirius XM satellite radio, one of the stations dedicated to like for charity or whatever, basically done all through computers and AI. It's like really not an AI thing, but It's that day and age, the day and age where any sort of automation is considered AI. So it wasn't called that years ago, you know, but now it is. So all right, guys, we're gonna stick it out here, tough it through it. This guy's got agility pots and all that stuff. He's an S tier gamer in a fucking E gear, E tier gamer gear, right? I'm an S tier gamer trapped in an E tier gamer's body. I can't help it. Take your time, right? No, this does reset sometime today. So, I mean, don't take your time, please. We all have somewhere to be eventually. But you know, variety. You get a lot of variety. Molt book. Can we go? Can we go? I don't care what scene from Psycho this guy is currently living. I don't give a shit. Can we go? Make a timer. PC low bladder. Okay, well, Druid Tank, you... Good God, dude. This is a fucking uphill battle, dude. Right? Yeah, but that's the thing is like we have all these artists and stuff like Banksy and Satoshi. People don't know who they are and all that. Um, but we don't have like what would be cool if they did people that did never even exist. You know, fucking Kaiser Sose. You know, more like Kaiser Sosa. Old Sammy Sosa, right? These people are playing like dog shit. All right, well, we'll pull the things the first and don't go straight for the boss, right? Because these are all, yeah. Pull the front four, then the boss. So we get mana and all that, because we're on the fucking learning disabled group here. Well, I say that like we're not doing good, but it's just the gear right now is making it slightly more complicated than normal. But hey, if we can do it this way, like we did all the bigger pulls, so that's like proof that you do not need improved blizzard for this. These guys are wearing like level 60 greens and stuff, right? So this is proof that we do not fucking need improved blizzard. Don't get me wrong, it does make it easier, but if we had a pally tank or you know, there's no excuse for it. Like, oh come on, guy. Mana, remember when I said that thing about the mana earlier? I don't have a mana potion. I don't have a healing potion. I can't fucking healthstone either. God, please. Don't let me die. You know, if they had like cool visuals to put on the screen and stuff in the background, and cool songs, right? And then the two homeless puppets dressed like robots, right? It would be cool to see, like, if you could get it to call the costume shop before and tell it to pick out two costumes. Just pick out two random costumes. Right. Pay the person at the thing. I mean, this is something Claudebot can do, right? Not whatever it's called, Moltbot. Like, that's the kind of shit it's good at doing, right? I want you to call the costume shop, order two things, two costumes, and I want you to have them deliver it to the venue the day before, and then hire two homeless people off Craigslist to show up and press the start button on the iPod that was shipped there by your Moltbot the day before. Right. Ship it from venue to venue, right? And then, like, if one person fucks up anything along the way, the entire thing comes crumbling down, but oh well. But you wouldn't go see that, like, just to see what AI is up to doing, you know? Wait till all the cars can drive themselves and stuff, and like you order a Tesla offline, and the thing just drives itself to your home and like parks it in your garage and all that stuff. They're definitely working on that, you know. Like, I never understood why they don't just deliver themselves to you. You know what I mean? So surely that's something in the future. Playing like dog shit. Anytime these people run around, like, these guys are actually playing really good despite the obvious logistic hurdle here of the fact that everybody's gear is shit. But you would say it would be like more of a performance art piece than like a show, because it's not necessarily there for the music. It's you're there to see like the fact like, oh, this is like AI, you know, it fucking, oh, and it delivered a bunch of pizza to the venue after the fact, and it fucking called a bunch of Ubers to take everybody home so nobody drunk drives and all that. But the thing is, you have to imagine at some point in time, like if I were Elon and I was rich as shit, right? I would be trying to come up with AI that would help me get rid of all my money as quick as possible, basically. You know what I mean? Like, how do I spend this accordingly? Well, this would be one way. You know what I mean? And then you buy a bunch of pizza for the venue after the fact. Everybody gets free Ubers after. You know, like pay for people's drinks and stuff too. You know, like everything's covered, kind of. I guess Moltbot can figure it all out, right? They say. If not Moltbot, then the thing that actually works correctly. If that doesn't work correctly, the verdict is still out. I don't really know, but so we need to pull these sometime. But it's a self-driving car. Why wouldn't the self-driving car deliver itself to you when you purchase it, right? Or an AI music festival, right? Like even if it makes music this quality, like this is Rob Sonic. Rob Sonic's fucking like super awesome. But you could see how AI would be able to make this quality of music, right? Have a baby while you skydive. Sounds super dangerous. That's got to be an upgrade for one of you people. The guy wearing a fucking a quilt. Yeah, please. Nope. We did a Shadow Labs earlier where the Warlock had a goddamn healing staff. 111 damage. Your little 60 weapon isn't better than that, right? I guess probably not. I guess maybe it should. They could be. Oh, these fools are gonna be tough. Fuck me running. Why on earth did the fucking thing come out of sheep again? I know I didn't hit it with my whatever. Well, the thing is, I can keep the dog sheeped, is the point. Since they hit hard, right? Hit the dog, one of them first, one of them last. Right, but I'm trying to think of like what could Moltbot like because I guess it's able to phone fucking call people and stuff. The thing is does when are they gonna release the goddamn? Here we go. When are they? When are they gonna release the goddamn Grok version of the thing? You know what I mean? I like to just pay a monthly fee to the company to host the thing and not have to worry about all this goddamn source code stuffs and all this other shit, right? Figuring out which whatever to use and all that. shit. Oh, I did get his. Oh, fuck me running. Don't fear me. Good curse of tongues. Someone's helping me target things. Good stun, man. Good. Yeah, this is why there's no excuse to not fucking, like, make the shit work, basically. That's supposed to be like the hardest pull in the instance, right? I look like shit right now. Oh, Jerry. I live in here now. How the fuck do I get out? I live inside this elephant's ribcage I found. Right. Hey, maybe we could do that somewhere. I look like utter shit right now, dude. I have like no fucking pasty skin. Ugh. Come here. I gotta find it now. Can you not kick me around like that? Thank you. Please don't kick me around like that. Can of beans. Here we go. Here we go. Cool. Fucking very good. Excellent. Excellent at making this shit work. So I don't want to hear an excuse from anybody say you need improved Blizzard ever. Yeah, I'll sniff. Oh man. We really made it through all the hardest parts now. Are you fucking serious? We got the DPS for the final boss. Yeah, so fucking what excuse? Improve Blizzard, why? Right? I mean, it does make it go quicker, but you want me to have a spec just to do Shattered Halls to make it quicker for you? Like, fuck the fact that I might ever want to PvP and do damage in my raid or whatever, you know? Like, oh shit! Oh no! That was not good. How the flying fuck did it break my, So he's got a battle res. Just, yeah, don't, you don't have to pull it back. You can't even crowd control him anyway. What are 1.5 billion 2029 convertible notes? Is he trying to launch a stable coin? What are convertible notes? Short-term debt that converts into equity, often used as starting funding investors. What? No, so well, not a treasury then. What is a short? Does it work similar to a treasury? Anyway, if you know the answer, let me know. Converts to. Son of a bitch. But usually short conversion things, whether or not it's that specifically, I don't fucking know, but that's the things they usually use to make stable coins. That way they can. Come on, man. There's no need to pull all this extra shit. Jerry. Do not use convertible notes. What are they for then? It says not in the way that you think. Well, that's. I'm glad you know what I'm thinking then. A little pretentious. Yeah, I wish I knew all this stuff. So it's not like a short-term treasure. It's not like a treasury note then or whatever. But it says it could be used in that in some way, shape, or form to launch a stable coin, right? Is this new? Is the question. This is a new thing. They said it on the thing, on the computer phone. I thought it was short-term treasuries, and I didn't know what the exact difference was. So you can throw tomatoes at me if you want. Yeah, just slow and steady, guys. Let's just slow and steady, guys. Do you think he will eventually, though? Just tokenized dollars. Well, we need to move forward. Cause this guy is. We are already up here. Where is the guy? Oh dear God, dude. Is he going to repair? This is the slowest possible way to do it. I guess he's repairing. Be right back. You tell me this guy wouldn't fucking press the goddamn lever. Ugh. Sitting there waiting. Robot dog. Sing a bit dog, this is robot. Can you just repair before we start next time? And that way, I don't know how many times the guy died or not. Okay, so let's just pull the bare minimum, please. And remember, all this shit is, god damn it, dude. Making me nervous. Wait. Why do these dogs keep breaking out of their sheeps? Is this hallway? I don't think they're in this hallway. I think it's the next one. man. Oh man. We're actually gonna make it through this, dude. Fucking. I hope everything works out. Oh, oh my god, dude. Oh dear Jerry. Collard greens taste a lot like immunopolymorph. Do at least something to that guy. Right. Where are you from? Really? Why are my fucking sheeps breaking? Why? I've never ever seen that many crowd controls break. Like, this instance is cursed. Why again? What's hitting it? Hodge or something? Why was my crowd control keep breaking? Why did it keep breaking rather? Yeah, look up the residents. They go, well, no one's ever seen who they are, right? No one knows who they are, but they suspect that it's the managers of the group, basically. Probably got one more. Can't sheep these. Oh, that's an awesome song. Well, we made it this far. I'll try a sheep. Those are actually pretty good robes. You get the Jindo's bag though from AQ from Zul'Gurub. Wearing gear from Zul'Gurub. Oh my god, dude, shit was basically just a trash bag full of shit. He's wearing for a garbage bag full of poop. He's wearing for an offhand. Made this for you? Right, the homeless people showing up to their Daft Punk concert. Bags of their own feces. Wow, he missed. If we get this by some grace of God, dude. Looks like we're actually gonna get it. Why does this feel like a world first, dude? Like, what the... And we actually got it on the timer, too? What's the chances of that? Yeah, I don't know if Blizzard, I mean, it would have helped, I guess, but... But do you need it? No. And in all honesty... I'd say it takes 20 minutes longer. I mean, getting the timer is, not all groups can do that. Oh... Yep. Oh shit, today's Friday. Yeah, it's the weekend. Don't tease me. I'm fucking sensitive, bro. I don't need to be teased right now. I do need to put on some fucking armpit deodorant though. Oh, Jerry. Oh. What do we do, man? You guys want to play some Fortnite? Oh. More like a murderous queef. Yes. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. This does loads for my fucking depression. Pretending that I'm talking to people. You fucking psychopath. Fucking psychopath, right? Tokyo Subway, honey. Tokyo Subway. I'm trying to see what my resting heart rate is consistently. My my best resting heart rate so far was like 47 beats a minute. Pretty good. I'm like all that time doing fucking CrossFit, running like a maniac. Um, yeah, 48 beats a minute is like crazy good. Anything under 60, you know what I mean, is good. I mean, anything 60 to 70 is considered like healthy, and then some people have like high 70s, mid 80s and stuff. Anything under 100 is technically nothing to worry about necessarily, but anything like 48 heartbeats per minute is crazy good from all those years of doing CrossFit, which means that your heart has to do the minimal amount of pumping to properly oxygenate your body, which my O2 levels are always 100%, you know, and then at 48 beats per minute, 100% O2 means that maximum efficiency as far as your heart's concerned, right? Means it requires the least amount of work to adequately oxygenate your entire body. So 48's like good for a like female marathon runner, you know, which they tend to have a slightly slower heart rate. It's not always that low, but it can get that low, right? Especially late night and all that stuff. But it sits anywhere between like when I'm resting, like 50, 55 to 65, and then if I'm kind of like mildly active, like 75. But I keep up pretty good with all that stuff. So, what are we doing this morning? My homeless jam band experiments. But I'm trying to think, like, I guess use a bunch of malt books to call radio stations and tell them, man, we really want to hear this song. You know, we really want to hear this song. Like, you know how like pump groups do for cryptocurrencies, like get the malts to do that, but for radio songs, right? And like, we gotta find these guys to talk. Everybody keeps calling us. They all sound like robots or whatever, but yeah, we really want to hear this song by these people, right? And then, well, we got to put them on the radio. And then this imaginary rock group gets famous, and grand reveal is that it's just two different homeless guys. I guess it's kind of like Daft Punk, right? Only to find out years later it was really just people wearing costumes and somebody hitting start on their iPod Shuffle, right? I would love to see a show like that. When I went to CMC Chris one time, one of the bands that was there played all their music on Dance Dance Revolution pads and Nintendo controllers, right? I'm like, that's pretty cool. You know, they set up their game controllers to play like techno music, but they're using the game pads and the controllers as the music instruments. I thought that was pretty cool. They played like Zelda music, and they played like different music from various video games. I can't remember what their name was. The other band was S&M and Eminem, which, if you've ever heard them, we can hopefully find one of their songs. They're a ska band, which ska is like one of my like low-key favorite types of music rather. S&M and Eminem, Spanish Cucumber. S&M and Eminem. This is not an episode of VeggieTales. How many views does it have? 1.2 thousand views. It's actually a really good song. Ska. Ska music. Anyway, that was one of the bands that opened for him that were interesting at the same concert, I'm pretty sure. So, Jerry, what's on the agenda today? Well, I might have to get out in the garden and pull up some weeds. It's kind of too chilly to go for a walk right now. So, meatloaf, cause of death eaten by cannibals, right? I always thought it's funny to come up with fake obituaries for people. Tell you, man, my favorite though is Sonny Bono, cause of death, French fried when he should have pizzaed, right? Cause of death, French fried when he should have pizzaed. Have you ever seen the episode of South Park? The joke explains itself. If you don't get it, then it's not for you. But the episode where they're like, you got a pizza, then you got a French fry, and the pizza is the thing you do to slow down when you're skiing. The French fry is the thing you do to go faster or at least maintain speed, right? So, cause of death, French fried when he should have pizzaed, right? Old Sonny Bono. He went the way of the ski-free guy, apparently. He whacked into a tree. Yeah, and can't say the world shed a tear for it, but certainly there are more appreciated musicians, you know, but it's funny, when I was a kid, I told my parents, like, they said something about, oh, Sonny Bono died, and I've cracked a joke. I was like 3 years old or 4 years old, and they were like, don't do that. That's your uncle or something. They told me it was one of my relatives. I started crying, right? They found out my parents were fucking making shit up, but you know what's new. My parents always played these fucking weird head games with me. We're like, oh, your Aunt Mabel's coming to visit. And my parents both making a big deal out of it. I'm like, oh, great Aunt Mabel. Whatever, you know. I pictured the lady on the syrup bottle, old Aunt, like maple syrup or whatever. But they were like, yeah, no, your Aunt Mabel's coming. We got to get a special chair for her and everything. She's super old, you know. She likes to knit and make quilts and all that. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, she's also black. I'd never met a black person before, and come to find out, she wasn't. My parents were just sadistic fucks, that's all. But yeah, they told me my Aunt Mabel was black, and she showed up. I'm like, you guys had me worried. I had already hid everything, right? And all my toys had hidden away. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, they told me the lady was black. Turns out, no, she was totally, really my aunt, though. Really my Aunt Mabel. But, right. The type of shit my parents did to me, dude. I was like 10 years old, or probably younger than that even. Right. I had the barbecue pit out and everything, dude. Turned out, no, she was just some old lady. She did like to knit, though. She had her sweater and her she liked to crochet Cosby sweaters, actually. And then the time that this isn't necessarily exactly how it went down, but the jokes that my brother played on me were pretty funny. Having me pretend that we were on a hidden camera show, and painfully fucking ignorantly shy, but you know, some of the funniest shit ever. Yeah, raised by a bunch of crazy people. Needless to say. So it built a personality, right? Disorder. Built a personality disorder. It built a personality disorder, right? Yeah, for sure. Anyway. How art thou, Romeo? Or Juliet. I mean Juliet, right? How art thou, regardless. Oh, Jerry. Well, we don't have enough time to do an instance. And my day is slowly winding down. I've got to flip my sleep schedule, but be ready for Sunday. But do you think Michael Saylor's going to launch a stable coin, despite the fact that the flimsy, misinterpreted evidence that he would? Seems like something fucking probably eventually, wouldn't he? Makes sense, doesn't it? Whoa. What are you laughing at me for? What on earth, man? What are we gonna do with it all? Anyway, it's 8:30. I guess I'm gonna fucking log off for a little while. Maybe log on later or something. I don't really have anything to take care of.